G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we are looking at the 40th anniversary G1 reissue of Soundwave, Ravage, and Lazerbeak. So for those of you who have seen my shorts, you know that I have quite a backlog now, and I thought, you know what, let's get into it. The combiner's done, and let's start with everyone's favorite cassette, who honestly, I don't care how outdated his mode is, he should always keep. We have Soundwave. Now, as most often, I start in robot mode and go to vehicle mode or alt mode, but I like to actually keep my G1 in alt mode because I've already got my MP13. So, yeah, let's have a look at this. So we do have Lazerbeak here, and if we pop this button, we have Ravage. So they are a semi-decent weight. So here is Soundwave in his boxy goodness. Now, I had thought you could attach the gun and the shoulder cannon by these screw holes, but both they are actually too high and they look really weird. So that's up to you if you want to use them for what you do. So here we go. Buttons don't do anything. It would have been actually nice if they actually had some sort of soft effect there, but unfortunately that's not the case. It doesn't have the press back like MP13 or most of the blasters. You know, you can fit, I don't know, I'm pretty sure just one. Now, this I have to admit, I think it could be just a fluke, but no, it can fit both ways. I was going to say, when I first put this in, I thought it could only go in one way. And that was the same thing as what the original cassette players used to do. But yeah, you can only fit really, well, you might be able to fit two, but I wouldn't push it because you might not be able to get one of them out. So there we go. So I'll put Soundwave off for the moment and we will start with the cassettes. So here we have a Ravage, and yeah, he's a solid little figure. I do admit I have this guy kept in cassette mode. In Soundwave, Lazerbeak, I tend to leave into robot mode. So let's see if I can remember how this works. It's not that difficult. You're going to pull out the legs and you're going to flip up the feet and do the same on the front. So that will fold out. And you still want to bring it back and bring those paws forward. So basically, his elbow is going to go into the nape of his chest, I guess you could call it that. Then when you lift the head up, you'll actually flip out the tail, flip over the head, and I'm pretty sure, no, he has no mouth movement, but he's very naked and very thin, but mostly he's very naked. So obviously this is G1, so we have parts forming. And hopefully I've got the right ones. Yes, because those ones are Lazerbeak. So you take these pieces. I suppose you can have it either way, but I like the scope on the top. Just plug into the hole in the side. And they are very tight. I had trouble getting Lazerbeaks out for the video. And there is Ravage in his Ravage mode. You know, honestly, there are times you can tell he's a cat, but there are other times he feels like a dog. So, there we go. So, he is very thin. Like, very, very, very thin. And it does come with the issue that he does. Right now, he's fine, probably because the guns are actually keeping him pretty stable. But I admit my steel jaw that comes with blaster has nothing but issues falling over it. But that's only because of the way that the legs are designed. They don't split or anything. They're just one solid piece. And I've looked at the instructions and I couldn't find anything in there saying otherwise. So there we go. As for articulation, can go down if you want, back for transformation, wag his tail, legs can go back, go forward. Then you got to find that right spot. Feet can move, mine are real tight. Front, you can bend those to get it out, but honestly, if you're trying to get articulation out of these guys apart from the head, you're just making life harder for yourself, honestly. So we can do a size comparison. we'll do this one now. Here he is with the MP Ravage. And he is, ironically, a bit taller. But then again, MP Ravage is very flat. Very, very flat. So there is that. All right, we'll put Ravage to the side, and he just fell over anyway. And we'll get on to Lazerbeak. And honestly, I prefer this version of Lazerbeak over the MP. Honest. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and grab under here to grab the beak. And you're going to sort of slide it forward. So that gets the neck out. Lift it up. And there's a sliding mechanism on either side. Just bring the neck forward as far as you can go. And of course, angle the head how you wish. Then what we're going to do is flip the wings out this way first. We're going to come under here and you're going to flip down. So this way, down. That gives him his feet. Then you can bring the wings back as far as they'll go and angle them out further. And of course, he's naked too, so we have to get his accessories. And we have these here. And of course, these ones are pretty self-explanatory. Just line them up. And providing things aren't positioned weird like they should, just plug into place. I think I got both of them. Yep. Actually, I wonder if it's supposed to go over there, but I highly doubt it because then otherwise his wings aren't doing anyway. Anyway, so there is very, very blurry Lazerbeak. And he looks amazing. I love this Lazerbeak. I really, 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 really do. Yes, he has parts forming. I don't care. It could be just my nostalgia, but I don't care. You don't have the little thing on the top of the head. You can do sort of a turkey move if you want, so you can have it full out. You can get about that far before you hit the lasers, but you can always slide that back if you really want to. Legs don't go anywhere because the backpack's in place. Wings can go forward, can go back, and of course you can use the outer wing to fly how you want. Now if I can get him off his arm, which he comes off very easily anyway, here is MP Swoop. And as awesome as the MP one is, I absolutely prefer the G1. It just looks stunning. Also, I admit that after my MP13 review, I accidentally dropped Lazerbeak, so now one of his tail guns is actually glued in spot, and he's not transforming anymore. Alright, so that's those two, which we will bring them back in. Oh, that's what I should have done. You know what? My bad. But we'll bring Windblade in for now because we do need a size comparison for everything else. And I'll do another one. I'll quickly do a cassette mode in a minute. But there they are with Windblade. Should have just done it that way. And of course, him himself. So there we go. And just because he's fast and quick to transform, there is Lazerbeak again, and there's Windblade. Okay, time for the big man himself. So here is Soundwave. Let's get him transformed. It is very simple and easy, although I admit some of the parts makes me wonder whether or not they were there in the first place. Also, you have this, which is your belt clip. You used to clip that onto your belt or onto your pocket or whatever to keep your cassette on. So you could put it on the side, and then that way you could just eject it, another cassette, close it, hit the play button. Just trying to think if there's anything else. You have your sound switch, and maybe a power switch. I don't know. Usually the volume used to be more of the volume anyway. All right, so I won't lie, part of this transformation I don't like. I have a feeling it's going to grind some parts off eventually, but we'll see how it goes. So you're going to flip the leg out like so, and this is where you're not going to feel comfortable. You need to flip this down, but it's going to push the extend the rod itself. The thing I don't like is I have a feeling that these are going to grind off eventually. So you're going to rotate the leg, then you're going to come under here, just sort of angle it with your fingers and bring the foot down, and that locks in place. Same with the other side. Bring that down. Very gently rotate that around. Rotate the leg. Get that foot down. And we're almost there. Whoops. Try that again. You're then going to come back here and you're going to flip out the arms like so. And then you're going to come on here and you're going to slide these down to give you your hands. Then you can come back here, flip up the head, and rotate it. So there we go. And of course, he himself is naked too. So we will take his shoulder cannon, and I can never remember the name of his blaster, but we'll plug that into there, and we'll put that in his hand, like so. And I'm trying to think if that actually transformed. Yes, it does. So I'll take that out. You can compress that and have it like that. It's up to you. But extend, plug that in. It's not friction or spring loaded, and thankfully at least it can come out, unlike hounds, at least in my experience. So there is Soundwave in his robot mode. Now, admittedly, he's not using the G1 colors from the toy. It's not toy color accurate, because otherwise we'd have a lot of chrome and stuff, and his visor would be yellow, not red. So that is what it is. But if you can get yourself a head that has the yellow, go right ahead. And ironically, in the G1, you can actually see more of the concept. If I can focus. Why aren't you focusing? Come on, it is a big figure. Why aren't you focusing? Thank you. If you look at that, you can actually see the so-called Decepticon logo right there. Now, of course, this guy does not have rub signs and all that. If this guy had rub signs, that would just be the next level. But he does have a nice logo here. Of course, you can still use the chest feature if you want to. And he looks pretty good. He's weirdly proportioned, but that's G1 for you. All right, so as for accessories, which I've already done, but you do get 2 extra laser points. So that's, I don't think you can, I'm not going to try to take another one of those off, but I'm pretty sure you can't put that in. No, it's just hollow, and that's it. All right, so as for articulation, head can do a full 360. Gun can go side to side, can't go up or down. Arms can do a full 360, and I think, no, I didn't miss a step. This is one weird thing. Now, if you had Soundwave or Blaster as a kid, please let me know. But I don't know why I'm having such a nightmare focusing tonight. Come on. There's a big old thing in front of you. There's no excuse why you can't focus. Thank you. So, that really didn't help. So, there's metal shoulder joints, and in the legs as well, if you can see them. Let me know if you had this guy as a G1 figure, if those were metal too, or if it's just something they've added to increase durability. But arms can do a full 360. They can go back, can't really go forward. No elbow joint, no bicep rotation. Well, there is elbow joint, no bicep rotation. Elbow gets you up that far. No wrists, no fingers. You can go in if that's something you really want to do. No waist swivel. You can get forward with your leg. I'm not even attempting to go back. You can get out, but you have to rotate it. But that's transformation joint. You have thigh rotation. You have a knee, but it doesn't go back. It only goes forward, and that's just for transformation 2. Toe can obviously go up, doesn't go down. So there we go. I'm giving his gun back. All right, as for getting everybody back together, whoops, I'm knocking Ravage over. There's Ravage, and there's Lazerbeak. Put the camera down a little bit. And there's Lazerbeak. And there's Ravage with his foot up for some unknown reason. And here he is with MP13. I'll pull the camera back a little bit. I'll lift it up a little bit, but I'll pull back a little bit as well, so we can get a better shot and preferably focus. So there you go. Obviously, MP13's arm is up because that's where Lazerbeak is usually stored. But as you can see, there's a vast color difference. MP13 is obviously a little more darker. I would say that, well, let's call him G1. G1 Soundwave is a lot more vibrant. So there is that. Excuse the motion sickness. Oops, I made me tear again. So I'll pull those off to the side and we'll do one last size comparison before we get back to transformation. There he is with MP10. So he's about same size as what he would be for MP13, give or take. All right, let's get this guy transformed. And we'll start with the cassettes and we'll work our way back. So for Rampage, for Ravage, we're just going to unplug these. And I'm pretty sure, out of curiosity, you can kind of put him in his hands, not that he meant to. And he has no storage for the accessories. I'm sorry, boys and girls, but these things just got tossed in your toy box. Lost to God knows where, if not in the sand pit. So I'll start with Ravage. Try to get my focus there. So we're going to put the head back first, so that way the tail will go in. We want to bring the legs back, and we're going to fold the feet because it's going to sit into this sort of groove, if I can remember how that works. I'm sure it is. Hang on, it's in this groove. I think I'm thinking of one of the other cassettes. Might have been the actual original Ravage. Anyway, so it just sits in his belly. And then you just fold this up and you straighten those feet out. So it all sits nice and flat. And just give it a bit of a squeeze. And there's Ravage back in his cassette mode. So Lazerbeak, who eventually will get turned back into cassette robot mode anyway. His things are getting slightly looser, thankfully. Pull those off. You want to pull forward the wings. You want to rotate. Whoop, get those angled first. Get the feet up. Rotate these back until they're in their appropriate position. Like so. Slide the head forward and slide the whole neck down until it's inside here. And there is Lazerbeak all done. Alright, Soundwave. We'll take off his weapons and they're going to go into a new container because my plastic storage is getting a bit useless. So, yeah. We're going to rotate the head and push that down. We're going to fold up the arms. Of course, you're supposed to use these, but I live dangerously. You're going to rotate these back. There's these sort of pieces here, which I'm assuming is going in the screw holes. So it shouldn't be too hard, like so. Rotate the legs, push up the feet so they're out of the way. Very gently and gingerly fold the legs up and you'll notice this giant gap. Just push up, then rotate up, and this groove here is going to go over here, like so, and it sort of does click in, but there's no click in spot, if that makes sense. So fold that up gingerly, press, fold up, and click in place. And there is the three of them back in alt mode. So there we go. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Did you have G1 Soundwave? Did it have those metal bits in it? And apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.